to the address on your screen. Plus, only with this television offer, you'll also receive your souvenir copy of the Havatampa Shootout program free with your $25 purchase. Only check or money order accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. The Havatampa racing action from the Havatampa Shootout at Dixie Speedway is being brought to you tonight by American Motorsports. Dirt or asphalt, it's your warehouse for your oval track racing needs. By Landrum Spring Service, covering the racing spring industry like no one else. And by Iski Racing Cams, Ed Iskadarian Racing Cams. Race with the legend. And by the Havatampa Dirt Racing Series for race action that's smoking to the finish. And the cars are now back up to speed, getting ready to steam those tires a little bit. Scott Bloomquist in turn 4 gets the look. Here comes the sea of cars that are known as the Havatampa Super Late Models, blasting down the front straightaway into turn 1, following Scott Bloomquist with our camera right through turn 2, and a little on the high side goes David Gibson and several other cars trying to find a way to get in there and stay without going down too low in the loose stuff. The loose stuff at this point is working for most cars. Unfortunately for Billy Moyer, it's creating a bobble or two in his driving style and making that car upset itself a little bit and a little bit hard to steer. Stan Massey pulling into the sight there, but Billy Moyer's right on his tail. Both of them making a run towards the front, trying to pick up speed, build up temperatures in the tires to get themselves stuck and rolling around the racetrack. Here we go. Beautiful look. Freddie Smith on the outside coming out of there, the 00 car, and all the other cars now trying to decide whether to stay on the hard stuff or the soft stuff.
Well, you've really got pressure going all the way around the speedway. Moyer losing just a little bit of ground to Stan Massey as they come off the number 4 turn. But look on the outside. Here's Bill Fry.
Taking to the outside in turn 1. He's holding the outside on Billy Moyer, and he's almost got it. It's Bill and Billy. 66 on the outside from Greenbrier, Arkansas. Shoots a little bit to the inside. Stays high in 3. Here comes Billy Moyer again, still staying low and holding him off. Stan Massey trying to stay ahead of both of them, following Dale McDowell in the 17 car, who's currently 4th in this race.
And needless to say, going a little bit high in the corner. Moyer falling a little bit further back. But here is Bill Fry running flat out as they come now. He's trying to get around Stan Massey. Massey trying to get around Dale McDowell in the number 17.
Stan Massey always tough at every Georgia racetrack he runs on. Most of them his home tracks, I guess you'd say. Has won big this year. 2 races almost back-to-back in the Havatampa race series. Has looked strong everywhere. He knows how to put this race car together and make it work well.
Stan Massey now to the inside of Dale McDowell. Stan Massey has now moved up, but here comes Dale McDowell coming right back.
Dale McDowell trying to take that position back out there in turn 3. Here he comes out of 4, staying a little bit on the lower left quarter panel there, but slips back just a little. Stan Massey found a little bite, went to the outside, shot high, and now he's back into turn 1 and 2 and going low again. The pattern here on the line seems to be fly high to the back side, the front side, but start to shoot low when you get into those turns. Start high, go low, and stay high again.
They are riding that high groove as they come down off the number 4 turn. Stan Massey getting around. Dale McDowell moving in that number 3 running position. But he's still got a long way to go. The Reese Jack Vodge and also Scott Bloomquist, who is now going in the number 1 turn flat out.
And, of course, Scott Bloomquist is the leader, and now in just 11 laps has caught the back of the pack and is now dealing with that high-class problem of how to get around some of that traffic and keep the lead without other cars gaining on you from behind because their speeds are uninhibited by some of those other cars.
Well, I don't mind telling you, any way you look at it, this guy is running flat out.
Scott Bloomquist, driving the number 18 Barry Wright car, has the perfect example of how to run a race car, how to put a race car together and make it look good. The low shot, of course, shows you the speed of almost 110 miles an hour flying at you there out of turn 1, and then the acceleration or deceleration as they go through the turn, and then back to the high side on the back straightaway. Here's Freddie Smith out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, driving the GVS race team car, trying to find his way to the front. He is making some moves. He's gained a few positions. We'll check with our scores here in a moment and find out more how he's doing. You just saw the number 90 car, Bobby Thomas from Steele, Alabama, one of Alabama's real champion drivers and definitely one of the many top high-class drivers running tonight at the Havatampa Shootout at Dixie Speedway, Jimmy.
Well, needless to say, I see that Clint Smith in the Vincent Ford is really going after Bobby Thomas, but so far not being quite able to get around him.
Clint Smith actually has them right on his bumper there, Jimmy. I think he's hoping that he can keep it that way. The yellow flag has come out for the 3rd time at the Havatampa Shootout at Dixie Speedway. We'll try to take a look around the racetrack. It seems to be Billy Moyer. He's on the front straightaway here in turn 4. Unfortunately, It looks like another flat tire or something has happened to Billy Moyer's car. Billy's sitting in there waiting for traffic to get by, I guess, so he can figure out how to signal to the rest of his crew. I'm sure he's talking to them on the radio, trying to figure out just exactly what's going wrong. Scott Bloomquist, of course, your leader, followed in second by Jack Boggs, and back behind Jack Boggs, the third place position is John Gill, followed by 22 Stan Massey, the number 66 car of Bill Fry, the 17 car of Dale McDowell, 75 Terry Phillips, number 89 Marshall Green, number 66V Johnny Burton, and 201 Rex Ritchie, pretty much your top 10. And the way it stacks up right now here at Dixie Speedway, where the fastest Havatampa race series in America is running tonight.
Waiting for the green to come out again.
Very smooth and about ready to go underway. J.C. Little has the green flag up. It's going. It's flying. We have the race underway again. Lap number 26, I believe, is underway. Here goes Scott Bloomquist again, smooth through the turns, followed by all the other people in the back, trying to find a way to go 3, 4, even 5 wide through some of those turns and try to get that speed and get just enough power, enough position to shoot inside and take it away a little bit. Back in the field, we see Stan Massey cutting by there. Now Terry Phillips on the high side going through turn 2 with Stan Massey up front, running smooth and free. It's Scott Bloomquist from Mooresburg, Tennessee, in the 18 car, the 94 champion, and more than likely the 1995 champion of the Havatampa Race Series. Battle to the outside. Look at that, Jimmy.
Hey, look at this. Bill Fry now really moving strong to the outside, trying to move around. Jack Boggs goes high, real high, is actually dirt.
Grabs the fight in turn 4 like I've never seen and still holds on, keeps his speed, keeps his forward momentum, did not lose a position, and he's still moving up. And if I believe if our cameras get out there and look at it, we've got Freddie Smith way up into the middle of the pack after starting dead last in this race. We've got some cars. It looks like Rex Ritchie out there, I believe. It got spun around out there on the track and coming out of turn 4. And we're going to take a moment here and take another break for our sponsors as we continue with the racing action from the Havatampa Series Super Shootout. I'm telling you, this race is just getting carried away. We'll talk some more about it in a moment after we take this break for our sponsors.
If winning on the track is what you're about, then American Motorsports has the most important part of your success. From front bumper to rear, from the driver's cockpit to his pit crew's equipment, American Motorsports has the winning team's most important parts. Only the best quality and newest products are available with a warehouse full of top names. And getting it to you with same-day shipping will fast-forward your preparation time. Call now and run with American Motorsports.
The name Isky has been associated with winning performance and reliability among the nation's top engine builders for over 45 years. Isky Racing Cams manufactures an extensive line of high-quality camshafts and matching valve train components for all forms of racing: off-road, drag, marine, road race, or oval track. Isky has the cam to match your application, and our specialty is the oval track market. For more on how Isky Racing Cams can help put you in the winner's circle, contact your local engine builder, dealer, or distributor today.
Landrum Springs cast new order into the world of spring suspension. From the country's dirt tracks to NASCAR's high banks, more Landrum leaf springs fit the professional demands of race teams, classic car owners, and all other chassis models. The only manufacturer of custom-designed racing leaf springs also carries a complete inventory of conventional, coilover, and Grand National coil springs. From America's streets to the world's racetracks, Landrum Spring Service covers the spring industry like no one else.
Here they come, the final racing weekends of the season at Dixie Speedway. October 27th and 28th, the Outlaws are coming for the annual Dixie Nationals with time trials, last chance race, and 30-lap main event each night. Then, November 10th and 11th, Havatampa Shootout winner Bill Fry leads a star-studded field of super late models for the 3rd annual Dixie 100. Plan now for Outlaw Sprint cars, October 27th and 28th, and super late models November 10th and 11th at Dixie Speedway, 1 mile west of I-575 on Highway 92 in Woodstock, Georgia. J.C. Little on the stand as we come back to Havatampa Shootout Racing at Dixie Speedway. Scott Bloomquist has led every lap. He leads the next one as they go flying through the turn with plenty more action and plenty of passing there on the outside. Look at that, Jimmy.
And you watch this. A race is never over until the checkered flag goes down. Freddie Smith now has just moved around. Clint Smith in the Benson Ford. Freddie Smith really on the move, goes a little bit high.
Coming up on John Jones and the J1 car in front of him, Freddie Smith has just come alive in this race. I can't believe what's happening here, Jimmy. He started dead last, and he's already up to 11th now.
And he now moves right down under John Jones. They go into number 3 and 4 turn. This is Freddie's type racing. I've had hard luck all the way, but let me go after it now.
Diving on the inside, coming back to the outside, taking a look on either side of that J1 car of John Jones. Another great driver. But Freddie Smith, I'm not quite sure how to explain this. When you know the man as we do, you call him a gentleman, and he is. But put him in a race car, and suddenly there's an animal loose inside that car, and you'd better get out of his way, because once his team with the GVS race team figures out how to get that car to go, this guy is deadly. As he goes to the outside of John Jones, he's going past him on the outside of turn 3. He's got another position. Freddie Smith is now up to 10th. This is proof there's passing on this racetrack tonight, folks. Take a look at this. We're coming back to a little more of the field. We're going to take a look back here and see at the other cars. There's Clint Smith we were just talking about earlier. And on the outside, going to the outside, and taking that position away from Clint, it's Ronnie Johnson in the number 5 car. Another car that seems to be coming alive and staying on the high side. Jimmy, have you noticed how many cars are running the groove on most of the racetrack, but when they get to turn 4, they shoot high on the outside? Why are they doing that?
They found surface up there to run, as we were talking earlier. The high groove, if they can keep it from getting not too rough, but Ronnie Johnson really moving coming off of that turn.
That is pretty amazing stuff to me, because when you look at it, it looks like it'd be the totally wrong thing to be doing. But that's what a race is about, finding the conditions that work for you and your race car and getting after it. And that's what Ronnie Johnson's doing. Coming out of turn 3, 4, and down to the front straightaway as our cameras follow Ronnie Johnson into turn 1. A look at him as he comes back up on John Jones. John Jones still holding position behind Marshall Green in the 89 car. And all the other cars still basically trying to figure out the setup that works for them. But Scott Bloomquist is running in front and leading every step of the way. Freddie Smith is going for another position, and he's making the move on Stan Massey. Oh, my God, what a race. Look at this. There he goes on the inside. Freddie is going to make this one stick, I think. Stan Massey, of course, is very quick on the back straightaway, shoots in front of him, and has that speed. Stan Massey's got the line figured out on this racetrack probably as well as anybody who's ever raced in Havatampa racing, and look at him go. Yeah. There goes Freddie Smith. I think he's finally done it. He pulled the position. Freddie is now up to 9th after starting 26th in tonight's race. This is a story, ladies and gentlemen. Freddie Smith in the 00 car. Look out, bazooka tubes are coming after him.
And no question about it, with all the problems he's had, he said, well, there's no way to just, I can't have any worse problems I've had, but he's coming here with one thought in mind. Let me just get in there and drive this thing flat out, and maybe I can finish in the top 5.
But here's Freddie Smith working on another position. The bazooka car is going berserk on the racetrack. Look at that.
It's unreal the way he's driving this race car right now. I would say that Freddie is running faster. If we were on a clock right now, he'd probably have the fastest time, because he's absolutely flying, picking them off one at a time, working his way toward the front.
You're looking at what dirt track racing has become in America. One of the fastest, most exciting, sexiest sports maybe to watch anywhere. And you're watching it right here tonight with Scott Bloomquist, your 1994 Havatampa Series champion, also about to become the 1995 champion, as he races towards the front and possibly one of the bigger wins, one of the many big wins he's had in 1995, Jimmy. The 90 car is being pursued by 22 there. That 90 car, I'm sorry I keep having trouble with that gentleman's name, is Bobby Thomas. He's one of the great drivers out of Alabama and one of the 15 different states represented here tonight as we race for 100 laps. There's Bill Fry. He's moved to the outside. Scott Bloomquist is now in a battle for his life. They've got Skip Arp at the tail, right between him, sandwiched between them, 3 wide, going into turn 1. But Bill Fry is making that move. He's on the high side of Scott Bloomquist. He's finding the room to run, and now he's going down the back straightaway. He accelerates with some speed. He's moved ahead of Scott Bloomquist. For the first time tonight, Bill Fry is now in the lead, as it was once upon a time in July of 1994 when he won the qualifier in front of Scott. Scott's being bumped around a little bit out there in turn 2, and Bill Fry has taken the lead of the Havatampa Shootout. What a move. All that speed, where did that come from?
All right, and the caution flag comes out again.
The caution flag has come out. It ought to hold, and listen, we have got a race on our hands. Jimmy Mosteller, we're going to see some of the most exciting racing come to an even faster motion and possibly a conclusion here. But let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
We've got to thank our great sponsors, and we'll be back with more of this incredible action from the Havatampa Shootout in just a moment.